Alright, next thing we're going to be doing is the importing of contacts. Now if we go into the MyKW system here and you want to import contacts, all you have to do is click on New Lead, and it brings you to the dashboard again, not control panel, but dashboard. Then just click on your contacts over here, or if it's on top, which they're changing the menu, then this appears over here, and that's the import export. Import export, and then all you have to do is select the group that you want to import them to. If there's not a group here, you're going to have to go back to your contacts and say create the group for them prior to the import. So I'll call this import November 7th, 2011, and I'll save that. Now, when I go to import export, what I can do is select that group right there. I'm going to call these inactive buyers and sellers, and then I've got a couple options here. So now I can import a CSV file, which is a comma separated value file, which is any standard import or export file out of any program. I can also import from my Outlook. Obviously the first thing I'd have to do is export from Outlook, but once I go to Outlook and did the export, all I do is save that file somewhere on my computer. It's automatically going to know where all the information is so I can import it. If it's top producer, I've got two options. I export them using the contact record and address and communication, or I do contact record and all associated items. So when you do an export from top producer, I'll pull it up. So if I go into top producer and I hit sign in, I go to my contacts, I go to search for contacts, and I'm just going to do all. But when you find your contacts, what you do is you click this button, and then down at the bottom you'll see the option, oh, and of course I'm not signed in as the head person on this, but you would normally see the option to export if you're the main person on your account. I'm the secondary person on here. You see an export, you click on it, and then all you have to do is choose one of these two options. It's going to give you 4 options. You just choose one of those and then save that file to your computer. Then all you have to do is choose that file, and then you can import it, and it'll automatically know where every single column is. Same with My Red Tools as well. But if it's a custom CSV, they give you the template right here. So there's your template for it, and you can actually click on it, and it's just going to download it for you. And it's a very basic Excel file, but it's got all the headings in it. And it needs to be left like this. You can't change this heading to something else, because when it does the import, it's going to that column and grabbing whatever it is in this column and placing it in the first name category for that import. So if I had myself Kelvin Mergen, now let me point out something here. For this, you have to have a first name, a last name, and or email address or physical address are required. So if you just have first name, last name, you don't have an email address or an address, it's not going to import. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm going to go over to the email address column. Did I pass it? I feel like I passed it. The other thing you can quickly do is find and just go email, and it will grab. Okay, so it's one of the last categories. So I'm just going to go at gmail.com. And I could do at gmail.com. If you're not using Gmail, make sure you're using Gmail. I have some videos on that as well. And we'll go test client. Then all I do is I just save this to my desktop. And it's going to pop up since it's a CSV and just warn me, and that's fine. And now all I have to do is choose file. And it was this file right here on my desktop, and I say import. And successfully queued contacts import. Please allow up to 1 hour for that to happen. And what's cool about this is down at the bottom here, it will give you a detail of the import. So once this is done, it's saying waiting to run. It has not run yet. But once it's done, I can go in there. Let's say it says after it's done importing, it's going to say it imported. And obviously I only had 2 people there, but let's say you did a larger import and you did 500 people, and it says I only imported 460 people here, and it's going to tell you which ones it didn't and why. So down here you can see that information once that is done. So that is the basics of the import and export. If you need more information, you can dive into the guide, but it's very simple. Just follow the instructions. They have it right on here, and you'll be able to import and export with ease.